Students, we are now in part 4 video. If you see, so far we have completed 3 videos in statistics and probability, isn't it? But in the 3 videos, we have seen only about the statistics. From the 4th video onwards only, we are going to see about the probability, which is exercise 8.1 and exercise 8.2 are based on the statistics. Exercise 8.3 and exercise 8.4 are based on the probability. Clear, students? Probability is very easy exercise. Now, based on the probability, we are having some subtopics. So, if you know about that topic means you will come to know about what is probability. Okay, first I'll explain the topic. Now, the first topic here is random experiment. Okay, random experiment is an experiment in which the set of all possible outcomes are known. Exact outcome is not known. The set of all possible outcomes are known means what? See, when you are tossing a coin means a single coin if you are tossing. Okay, when you are tossing a coin, what are the possible outcomes you will get? Okay, either you will get head or you will get tail. But before tossing the coin, will you guess what you will get? You can guess, but you exactly can you tell only tail will come, only head will come? Can you tell exactly? No, but you can guess. So that is the random experiment. Clear, student? A random experiment is an experiment in which the set of all possible outcomes are known. Okay, so before tossing a coin, we know what you will get. What are the chances is there? You will know. One is either head or either you can get tail. Clear? So rolling a die. Rolling a die means I think you all know die, isn't it? Dayam will say in Tamil, dayam. So if you are rolling a die, what are the possible outcomes you will get? When you first time if you are rolling, you will get one. One means dayam you will say. Then second time if you are rolling, you will get 4. So what are the possible outcomes in single die? What are the possible outcomes you will have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 possible outcomes are there. Here, now third one I have example I have written as selecting a card from a pack of 52 cards. Okay, I think you all played the card, isn't it? Okay, in Tamil they will say what? Seetu katte they will say. So I think you all played that, isn't it? So how many cards will be there in that? 52 cards. So you know all the possible outcomes, but you cannot know the exact outcomes. Okay, exact outcomes you will not know. That is the random experiment. Clear, students? The next concept is sample space. Okay, see, the set of all possible outcomes in a random experiment is called sample space. All possible outcomes. So, see, when we roll a die, when we are rolling a die, what are the possible outcomes I will get? A die means single die. Okay, single die when I am rolling, what are the possible outcomes that I will get? Either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Okay, similarly when I am tossing a coin, what are the sample space will I get? What are the a coin if I toss, what will the sample space, what are the possible outcomes will I get? Either head or tail. Okay, suppose if I am tossing a 2 coin if I am tossing, what are the possible outcomes you will get? Head, head, tail, tail. Okay, so totally how many possible outcomes we will get? We will get 4 possible outcomes. Clear? So sample space we will denote it by capital S. that sample space, all the value of possible outcomes you have to write inside the bracket, inside the flower bracket you have to write the sample space out possible outcomes value. Clear? The next we are going to see is sample point. Each element of a sample space is called a sample point. See, your sample point means what? In the sample space, this is one element, this is one element, 3 is one element, 4 is one element, 5 is one element, 6 is one element. So, if you are particularly if you are saying about 2 means that 2 is the sample point. Each element of a sample space is called a sample point. So, in sample space, all the element is what? Each single element is what? Sample point. Clear? Next one we are going to see about tree diagram. Students, in exercise 8.3, the first question and second question we are going to use by tree diagram only. Tree diagram means it is not that much complicated, very easy only. See, tree diagram allows us to see visually we can see what are the possible outcomes, because we will draw like in a tree branches. So we can see visually all possible outcomes of an random experiment. Each branch in a tree diagram represents a possible outcomes. See example what I have written when we toss two coins. So when we consider this is one coin and this is one coin. Okay, at the same time I am tossing the two coin. Okay, consider that when I am tossing the first coin I am getting head. Okay, so when I am tossing the another coin I am getting tail. From the first coin, what are the possibilities I am having? I am having head, tail, and similarly for the second coin also I am having the possibility of head, tail. So totally how many sample space I will get? Okay, in both the coin, first time I can get head, or else in both the coin, the second time I can get tail. In both the coin when I am tossing, third time I can get head, tail. Or fourth time I can get tail head, isn't it? So only I have written head, sample space capital S is equal to, inside the bracket I have written. Clear? Will you able to see that? See here, head, head tail, tail. Okay, see this I have written in the tree diagram. See how I have written in tree diagram. So head, H, T, comma H, T, H, T. So the sample space we are now seeing it visually. That is the tree diagram. Clear students, what is random experiment, what is sample space, what is sample point and what is tree diagram? Yes, still some more definition is there, we will see that first. Next we are going to see about what is event. Okay, in a random experiment, each possible outcome is called an event. So, thus event will be a subset of the sample space. What do you mean by subset of the sample space? So, in the sample space only, we will have the event value. Okay, so all the event value will be where we will have in the sample space we will have. Okay, I'll tell you an example. I'm going to toss a 2 coin. Okay, if 2 coins are tossed, what are the possible outcomes you will get? What are the possible outcomes you will get? Head, tail, tail. Only 4 possible outcomes we will get. Okay, now I'm asking you, when single coin is tossed, what are the possible outcomes? Single coins are tossed, what are the possible outcomes you will get? A coin. Yes, very good. Head and tail. H comma T. That's all. A single coin toss means only head or tail. If 2 coins are tossed, what are the possible outcomes? Head, tail, tail. Okay. So, what are the possible outcomes that we have to write it as sample space? Isn't it? So, sample space is equal to, when 2 coins are tossed, only the possible outcomes are head, tail, tail. Okay. now I am taking the, now I am going to take the E. Okay, E is nothing but it is an event. Okay, now both are head. Now I will take both are head. Event B, both are head. So from the sample space where we are having both are head, here only. So only one possible is there. So the set contains head only. Clear? I am taking the another event F. Okay, exactly one head it says. The event F it says exactly one head. Exactly, the word exactly means what? It should be only one head. It should contain only one head. Okay, so see here whether it is having exactly one head. No. Whether here you are having exactly one head? Yes. Head tail. Whether here you are having exactly one head? Yes. So tail head. Whether here you are having exactly one head? No. We are not having exactly one head. So this two only possible. So head tail and tail head I have written. Clear? Now see students whether this E is a subset of sample space. Yes, because H comma H is in the sample space, so it is the subset of sample space. So E is an event. Clear? Now see whether F is a subset of sample space. Yes, TH and HT are in sample space, so F is a subset of sample space. So F is also a event. Clear now what is event? Yes. Next we'll see some note. We are in that event itself, we are having probability of an event, sure event, impossible event. Okay. Now you see probability of an event this is. So P of E is equal to number of outcomes, favorable occurrence of E divided by number of all possible outcomes. Okay. This what says means nothing but P of E is equal to N of E divided by N of S. P of E means probability of event, probability of E event is equal to N of E divided by number of sample space. S means sample space. Clear? So N means number of. Okay. For this I have written the example there. I will explain that now. See now. What is the probability of an event formula? P of E is equal to N of E divided by N of S, isn't it? So, I will change here E. P of E is equal to N of E divided by N of S. Now, you see here. For E, N of E, for E event, how many sets we are having? Only one possible outcome we are having, which is head. So, N of E is equal to 1. Clear? For the F event, how many we are having? Number of event is what? Tail head tail. So, N of F is equal to 2. N why we are writing means how many number we are having inside the set, that only it indicates. Clear? Head means that only one you have to take. Similarly, here for the event F, we are having two set, which is tail head and head tail. So, N of F is equal to 2. Clear? Then N of S is equal to 4. What is S? N of S is the sample space. So here how many we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4. So N of S is equal to 4. Clear? From this how we are going to write the probability of an event means P of E is equal to N of E divided by N of S. What we are having here? N of E 1. So 1 divided by what is N of S? 4. So, P of probability of an E is equal to 1 by 4 is the answer. Okay, suppose if you are going to find the probability of F, for F we are going to, for F event if you are going to find the probability means, then you have to change the letter. For, okay, this is not always P of E equal to N of E divided by N of S. What alphabet they are mentioning, so according to that you are going to change the alphabet here. So next I am going to find the probability for the F event. So I am going to change here P of F is equal to N of F divided by N of S. But the sample space most probably we will use only the S alphabet. Okay. Now for this we will not take this. We will take these two values. So n of f is what? 2. So 2 divided by n of s is what? 4. For both the thing n of s is 4 only, because sample space is the all possible outcomes it will have, isn't it? So 4. So if we cancel 2 by 4, we are getting 1 by 2. Clear students? Now what is event and what is probability of an event? Yes. The second one is sure event. Sure event means when the probability answer you are getting as 1 means that is the sure event. Okay, next third one is impossible event. Impossible event means the probability answer if you are getting 0 means that is the impossible event. Clear? The fourth note is P of E plus P of E bar. Okay, which is equal to 1, which means probability of E for this complementary. Complementary means not cases. Okay, so P of E plus P of E bar is equal to 1. Okay, this is very important formula. Based on this, we will solve problem in exercise 8.3. Okay, P of E plus P of E bar is equal to 1. Clear students, all of you? Now what is event? What is probability of an event? What is sure event and what is impossible event? All of you are clear? Yes. Now we'll start the exercise 8.3. Students, this is your third question. In exercise 8.3, first question and second question are you are going to do. It is very easy, 2 marks. You are going to draw only tree diagram for the first question and second question. Clear? Now I am going to start from the third question. See the third question. If A is an event of a random X demand such that P of A is 2. Ratio they have given P of A. P of A means probability of A is 2. Probability of A bar. Probability of A bar means probability of A complement. Okay, complement of A. Okay, is equal to 17 is to 5 they have given in the question, and n of s. N of s means number of sample space is equal to 640. Then find P of A bar. Probability of A complement answer we have to find in the first subdivision. The next subdivision we have to find n of A. Okay, number of A event we have to find. Clear students? Because in the question itself they have given A is an event. Okay, now shall we start the solution? First I am going to find the solution for first subdivision. First subdivision is what? P of probability of A complement value we have to find. See, in the question they have given number of sample space is equal to 640 and they have given ratio P of A is to P of A bar is equal to 17 is to 15 they have given. So usually if they have given the ratio we can write it in the divide form. Okay, so I am writing P of A divided by P of A bar is equal to 17 divided by 15. Clear? So previously we have seen now note, isn't it? The last note what I have taught, P of A, probability of A plus probability of A complement is equal to 1 I told you. Isn't it? So using this formula I am going to apply here P of A value. Y means the first subdivision we have to find P of A bar only we have to find. So I am changing this P of A into P of A bar. How I am changing means, see, we know this is the formula. From this we need only what is P of A value. So you keep this P of A value this side, remaining this one you take to that side. So if a plus, so if you go that side it become 1 minus P of A bar. Isn't it? So in the P of A value what we are having now? 1 minus probability of A complement we are having. So write that here. 1 minus of P of A bar divided by this P of A bar is equal to 17 by 15. The next step you are doing the cross multiplication. Next 15 into 1 is 15. 15 into P of A bar is 15 into P of A bar equal to 17 into probability of A complement. Okay, 15 and keeping the constant number alone this side, remaining P of A bar value, this value I am taking to the right hand side. So 17 P of A bar plus 15 P of A bar, if we add we are getting 32 P of A bar. This side I am having 15. So 15 divided by 32 is equal to probability of A complement. Therefore, the probability of A complement answer is what? 15 divided by 32. We cannot able to divide both the numbers, so let it be in the fraction itself. Clear, students? Next subdivision what we have to find is n of A we have to find. Okay, so how we are going to find means using this probability of A complement we are going to find the n of A. See here, probability of A complement answer is equal to 15 divided by 32 we have got. Isn't it? Now P of A bar we are having. So now that I am going to change it as P of A value. How means P of A plus P of A bar is equal to 1. We know the formula. So now instead of I need this P of A bar value. So I am taking this to this side. Okay, so 1 minus P of A I will get, isn't it? So in the place of P of A bar, you are going to write 1 minus P of A. Clear? Is equal to 15 divided by 32. Clear, students? Clear all of you? Then I am taking this 15 divided by 32 to that side. I am taking this P of A to this side. Clear? I am writing the numbers one side and I am taking the P of A to the right hand side. Clear all of you? Since their denominator we don't have any number, so I am itself considering the denominator part as 1. Okay, so 32 into 1 is 32, 1 into 15 is 15 divided by 1 into 32 is 32. Clear all of you? So 32 minus 15, if you are subtracting, I am getting 17 divided by 32. See the question, what value we need? N of A value we need. But still now I am having here probability of A. I told you in the note itself, probability of an event, how can we write? N of A divided by N of S we can write, isn't it? So instead of this probability of A, I am writing N of A by N of S. Here students, because we have to find N of A value. So this probability of event A, how can we write? Number of event A divided by number of sample space. Clear? N of A divided by N of S we can write. So here P of A, instead of P of A, I am writing N of A by N of S equal to 17 by 32. Clear? So in the question they have given number of sample space, answer is 640. So N of S is equal to 640 we are having. So in the place of N of S you substitute 640 equal to 17 by 32. Then I am doing the cross multiplication. N of A is equal to 17 into 640 divided by 32. 32 and 632 tables. This is 1 time, 64 is 2 times. Take this to 0, so 20. So 32 into 20 we will get 640. So 17 into 20 I am getting 340. So N of A is equal to 340 is the answer. Clear students, all of you, the third question? Yes. We'll see the next question. Next we are going to see the fourth question. See the question, a coin is tossed thrice. What is the probability of getting 2 consecutive tails? See what we are doing, we are tossing the coin thrice. So 3 coins we are tossing. What is the probability of getting 2 consecutive tails? Consecutive meaning is what? Continuously it's coming. Okay. Now we'll see the solution. 3 coins we are tossing. So what are the sample space you will get if you toss 3 coins? What are the possible outcomes we will get? 8, 8, 8. 8, 8, tail. 8, tail, head. Tail, 8, head. 8, tail, tail. Tail, tail, head. Tail, head, tail. Tail, tail, tail. Okay, only these possible outcomes we will get when we tossing 3 coins. Clear? Clear all of you? So I have written all the possible outcomes as sample space. So sample space S is equal to, I am getting these are the values. So N of S, number of S, number of sample space is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the number of sample space is 8. Clear students? If we toss two coins, what are the sample space we will get? Tail, head, head, tail, tail. That time how many sample space we will get? N of s is equal to 4. If we are tossing 3 coin means what is the sample space we will get? N of s is equal to 8. 3 coins tossing means number of sample space is equal to 8. Clear? Yes. Now in this event they are saying this what we have to find what is the probability of getting two consecutive tails. So that is the event. So event is equal to two consecutive tails we have to find. Consecutive means continuously it has to come two tail. Whether your tail is having no. Here only one tail is there. Consecutive means next tail should be there. This will also not come. This will not come. This also will not come. This will come. No. This also no. Next. See here. Next T is coming. So this will come. Here also next T is coming. This will come. Whether this will come. T, H, T. No. It will not come. Because T is not next. Isn't it? Whether here will come? Yes. It will come. Because T continuously it is coming. So it will also will come. So where we have put tick HTT, TTH and TTT. So the event is equal to HTT, TTH and TTT. So N of E is equal to what? 1, 2, 3. So N of E equal to 3. How will you find the probability with this? P of E is equal to N of E divided by N of S. Okay, probability of E is equal to number of E divided by number of sample space. Clear? Probability of E is nothing but what? Event. So, probability of event is equal to number of event divided by number of sample space. So, N of E is what? 3 divided by N of S is 8. So, 3 by 8 is the answer. If you are able to cancel means you can cancel. If we are not able to cancel, so leave it. This is the answer. Clear all of you the fourth question? Yes. Students, this is your fifth question. See the question how big it is. First I will explain the question. Okay? Then we will read the question. See, in this question, in one function, they were playing a game. Okay? In function, they were playing a game. What game they are playing means they are playing with the card. Okay, they are playing with the normal cards. Okay, they are playing. How many cards they have taken means they have taken 1000 cards they have taken. Okay, in each card they have represented one number they have represented. Okay, if you take first card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In each card one number only. Okay, in first card 1, the second card 2, third card 3, fourth card 4, like that they have represented one number. Till how many number they have represented? Till 1000 they have represented. Because total card is what? 1000. Clear students? Now, how they are playing with this card means, see, one person has to take one card. In that function, many of them will come, no. So, each one has to take one card. Okay. So, if one takes one card means, again that card will not be put inside the box. Okay. All the 1000 card will be in one box. Clear student? Each one has to take one card. Okay, consider that I am taking one card. Okay, in that card what number it is written I have to tell. Okay, then what card I am having in my hand, that card again it will not be put inside the box. What I am having the card now, that card will be kept separately. Okay, remaining cards only next people will play with that game. Clear now? Now, who is winner in this game means those who are selecting a perfect square number. Okay, those who are selecting a perfect square number, they will be considered as a winner. What is a perfect square number? 5 square is what? 25. 6 square is what? 36. 12 square is what? 144. These numbers are the perfect square. But in that also they are giving one condition. The perfect square number should be between 500 to 1000 they were saying. So in between 500 to 1000, what are the perfect square number we are having? That number, if anyone is choosing, means that person is the winner, they were saying. Clear? See, what are the perfect number we are having means in between 500 and 1000. 529, 576, 625, 676, 729, 784, 841, 900 and 961. These are the perfect square number where in between 500 to 1000. Okay, consider that. Okay, I am taking one card. In that card, it was written 676. Then it is a perfect square number. Then I am the first winner of that game. Okay, then what card I have taken? 676, that number card, again it will not be put inside the box. Okay, that card will be kept separately. Okay, the next person has to play the game with the remaining cards. Okay, like that they were playing the game. Now clear what is the question? Okay, if I read the question it will be very clear. A FET card bearing numbers 1 to 1000. So, how many cards they were having? They were having 1000 cards. Each card has one number from 1 to 1000. One number on one card are put in a box. Okay, all 1000 cards were put in one box. Each player select one card at random and that card is not replaced. Replace means the card once taken, it will not be put again inside the box. Clear? That only they were saying. If the selected card has a perfect square number greater than 500, the player win a prize. That player win a prize. Okay, greater than 500 means what? From 500 to 1000. In between, what are the perfect square number is having? That perfect square number, if anyone is choosing, means that person will get prize. What is the probability that the first player win a prize? Okay, in this, what is the probability that the first player win a prize? We are going to find. Clear, students? All of you clear now the question? In the second subdivision, the second player, what is the probability that the second player win a prize? In the first as one. Clear? We have to find two probability. For the first probability for the first player and his first winner, and for the second winner, the second probability we are going to find. Clear? Clear, students, all of you? Shall we start the solution? Clear, all of you? Yes. Sample space. Okay, sample space is equal to total number of cards. How many cards were there in that box? How many cards were there? Totally how many cards? Yes, very good. 1000 cards. So n of s is equal to 1000. Clear? Then who is considered as the winner? Those who are selecting a perfect square number. That to what square number? From 500 to 1000. In between, what are the square number is having? That square number has to take. So in between 500 to 1000. How many square numbers we are having means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 perfect square numbers are there. So from the 23 square, this is 24 square, this is 25 square, this is 26 square, this is 27, 28 square number, 28 square number, 30 square number, this is 31 square number. Clear, students? These 23, 24, that and all, no need. For your understanding, I have written. If you need, you can write this everything in the pencil. But 529, 576, 625, that and all very important. That you have to write compulsorily. Now, first subdivision we will find. What is the first subdivision? The first player win a prize. First player. Okay, the first player is coming near to the box. He has to pick one card. Okay, now n of s. So among how many card he is going to pick? Totally 1000 card is there. In that 1000 card, he is going to take one card. So n of s, number of sample space is equal to 1000. Clear? Clear? Event is equal to square number between 500 and 1000. Why I am saying event is square number between 500 and 1000? Only between this number, if you are taking a square number, you will be given price. Isn't it? So square number between 500 and 1000. So how many numbers we have got? 529, 576, 625, 676, 729, 784, 841, 900, 961. So totally the event is 9 numbers we are having. So n of a equal to 9. Okay, the probability. Okay, we are going to find the probability for the first player. Probability P of A is equal to n of A divided by n of S. N of A is 9. Total number of sample space is 1000. So 9 divided by 1000 is the answer. Clear for the first subdivision. Clear? The problem is very small only. But the question you have to understand, that is only here. Now the second subdivision is what? This is second subdivision. Second player, now we are going to find. Given the card is not replaced. Now think students, the first player has won, he has taken one card, isn't it? That card, whether you will put again in that box? No, we should not put that card again in the box. We have to keep that card separately. Okay, the card is not replaced, that you have to consider. Then, now second person is coming. N of S is equal to, totally how many card in the first we were having? We were having 1000 card. So in that one person has win. So that card we are going to keep separately. Okay. The next player, when he is coming and start the game, by that time how much card will be in that box? 999 card only will be there. Because already one player has won, that card we have kept separately. Isn't it? So n of s is equal to, out of 1000, one card we have kept separately. So 1000 minus 1 is 999. Okay, in that box how many card now it will be? 999 card will be there. So event, the same only event for whoever is winning, he has to select a perfect square number in between 500 and 1000. So square number between 500 and 1000. Now, we already have given event A. Now, for your understanding, I am giving here event B. Okay, that is your convenient. You can take any alphabet. Okay, now I am taking n of B is equal to, so in that square numbers, okay, 9 square numbers we are having in between, perfect square number in between 500 and 1000. Isn't it? Now, already the first player has taken one number from this card. Isn't it? Surely he has taken one number. Then only is considered as winner. Isn't it? Now consider that player has taken 961. Okay. The first player has taken 961. Still how many cards will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 card will be there. No. Because the first player chosen card will not be again put inside the box. So I have written here n of b equal to 9 minus 1 equal to 8. Probability we are going to find. So probability of B event is equal to n of B divided by n of S. So n of B is what? 8. 8 divided by total number of sample spaces what here for the second player? 999. Clear? That is the answer for second subdivision. Students, if you are able to cancel means you can cancel. Since it will not go, so I have left as such. Clear all of you the fifth question? Yes, next we will see the sixth question. Next we are going to see the sixth question. A bag contains 12 blue balls and X red balls. Okay, in that bag how many balls we are having? 12 blue color ball and X red color ball we are having. If one ball is drawn at random, Okay, one ball we are taking. Okay, what we have to find, we'll see. What is the probability that it will be a red color ball? Red ball we have to. What is the probability that it will be a red ball? Red ball probability we have to find in the first subdivision. Next, you see the second subdivision. If 8 more red balls are put in the bag, okay, and if the probability of drawing a red ball will be twice that the probability in 1, then find x. Okay, now we know I am not going to explain fully. First we will see the first subdivision alone now, till now. Okay, a bag contains totally how many balls? Sample space will be what? S is equal to first 12 ball. In that x ball, x red color ball is also there. That x, how many number we don't know. That only we have to find in this question. Okay, till now we are having x red balls. Now n of s, number of sample space, how will you write? 12, this don't know. So 12 plus x is the n of s. Number of sample spaces 12 plus x. Clear all of you? Next, the first subdivision, what we have to find? What is the probability that it will be a red ball? So what probability we have to find for the red ball? So red ball is our event. So event is equal to red ball. Okay, students, always for which you are going to find the probability, that you have to take it as event. Clear? So event is equal to red ball. So in this sample space, how much red ball we are having? X red balls only we are having. So A is equal to X red ball. Clear? From this n of A is equal to what? X only. So I am directly writing probability P of A is equal to n of A by n of S is the formula. So n of A is X divided by n of S is 12 plus X. Clear all of you? If you need, you can write here also n of A equal to X, you can write here. Okay, n of A is X divided by n of S is 12 plus X. Clear? Now with this we are completing the first subdivision. Okay, now this first subdivision answer we will mark it as equation 1. Okay, y means we will apply this value in further steps in problem we will apply. Clear? Now we will go to the second subdivision. In second subdivision, if 8 more red balls are put in the bag, till now you understand. Okay, already how many balls are there in the bag? 12 ball, 12 blue color ball we are having, X red color ball we are having. In addition to that, still 8 more red color balls they were adding. Okay, but before some red color is there, before adding this red color ball, before itself we are having some red color ball, but we don't know how much red ball is there. Okay, in that addition to it, they were adding 8 red color balls. Okay, so n of s, number of sample space is equal to what? 12 plus 8 is 20, then plus x. Clear all of you? Here 12 blue color ball, 8 red color ball, still we are having red color ball. So total is n20 plus x, 12 plus 8 is 20, then this plus x. Clear? In the second subdivision, what we have got to find? If 8 more red balls are put in the bag and if the probability of drawing a red ball, for second subdivision also probability of red ball. So event is equal to red ball. Okay, so already I have given event A, now I am giving event B alphabet I am giving. B equal to X red ball. Okay, already some X red ball we are having, X number of red ball is there in the back. Still in that we are having 8 red ball. Isn't it? So total will be our event. So n of B is equal to X plus 8. Clear students all of you? Then now will you write the probability P of B equal to n of B divided by n of S. So n of B value is what? X plus 8. N of S is what? 20 plus X. Clear now the first subdivision answer and the second subdivision answer. Now with this the problem is not over. Why the problem is not over means, see the second subdivision fully. if 8 more red balls are put in the bag and if the probability of drawing a red ball will be twice that the probability in 1. Okay, twice the probability in 1 means in first subdivision. Okay, what they were saying means what is the if eight more red balls are put in the bag and if the probability of drawing a red ball. Okay, now 8 more balls where we have found the probability b. So that value P of B is equal to will be twice that in probability in 1. Twice means 2. Probability in 1 means in one subdivision what is the probability we are having into P of A. Okay, P of B, probability of B is equal to twice into probability of A. Okay, they are saying using this we have to proceed some steps, then only we can able to find at the last x value. Okay, what is the x value? That if we know x value, then we will know the red color number of balls. Here all of you, still the problem is there. After erasing this, I am going to write the remaining continuation. Clear all of you up to this? See, this is a page number 2 in 6th question. I am continuing the remaining part. Given probability of red ball in 2. Red ball in 2 means what? P of B is equal to twice the probability of red ball in 1. 1 means the first subdivision, P of A. So, I have written P of B is equal to 2 into twice means 2. 2 into P of A. For probability of B, what answer we have got? X plus 8 divided by 20 plus x equal to 2 into P of A. P of A is what is the value? X divided by 12 plus x. Isn't it? Now, x plus 8 is what? X plus 8 divided by 2 plus x is equal to 2 into x is 2x divided by 12 plus x. The next step we are doing the cross multiplication. Okay. See, cross multiplication I am doing. So x plus 8 into 12 plus x is equal to 2x into 20 plus x. So I am multiplying. See, I have written the arrow mark. Based on that I am multiplying each term. So I am getting this. Okay. The next step, these and all you will itself will know. The next step I am here 12x and 8x here I am having 12x plus 8x is 20x. Here x square plus 96 is equal to 40x plus 2x square I have written. The next step, what are the terms we are having the left hand side? I am taking everything to the right hand side. Now you see 2x square minus 1x square is 1x square. 40 minus 20, 40x minus 20x is plus 20x. Remaining is 90 minus 96. Now observe this equation. It is in what form? It is in what form? X square plus 20x minus 96 equal to 0. It is in quadratic equation form. So quadratic equation form means we can factorize. How will you do the factorize? You will consider here is 1. So 1 into minus 96 is minus 96. In the down you have to get 20. Okay. Now 24 into 4 if you multiply we will get 96. Similarly, if you subtract 24 from 4, we will get 20 also. Okay, so we can write directly answer with this. So, x plus 24 one answer, another answer is x minus 4 equal to 0. So, x plus 24 equal to 0, then another one is x minus 4 equal to 0. So, x plus 24 equal to 0 means from this x equal to minus 24, minus value will not be possible. So, I have written not possible. Here x minus 4 equal to 0, if come this side x equal to 4. That is possible. So, we are going to take x is equal to 4. Clear? Therefore, the value of x is 4. Now, we have got x is equal to 4. Which means the number of red ball is what? 4. Number of red ball is 4. Yes. The value of x is 4. Substitute x equal to 4 in equation 1. Okay, in page number, if you see in before page, we have written one equation 1. No, that equation is what? P of EA equal to x divided by 12 plus x is the equation 1. In that we are going to substitute. Y means in the first subdivision, what is the probability that it will be a red ball they were asking. So we have to find the probability of P of A we have to find. So x we know 4 divided by 12 plus here also x, so 12 plus 4, 4 divided by 12 plus 4 is 16. So 1 times 4, 16 how many times? 4 4s are 16. So if you cancel I am getting 1 by 4. So P of A equal to 1 by 4 is the answer for this question. Clear all of you the 6th question? Yes. Next we will see the 7th question. Students, with this 6th problem, we are completing the part 4 video. Next, you are going to get your assignment problem. The remaining problems in exercise 8.3 we will see in the part 5 video.